All right. So this is the kind of really entertaining culture war story that I'm known for. This is about well-known trans ratings agency Moody's downgrading the U.S. So
He's
they
kidding, by the way, because some of our audience might not even know what Moody's is.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, those hormone shots can make you moody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Moody's is one of the three major credit ratings agencies. So they just downgraded U.S. credit to negative, following others who have downgraded the U.S. At this point, all of the ratings agencies have downgraded the U.S. So ratings firm Moody's lowered its assessment of U.S. credit outlook from stable to negative Friday, underscoring America's worsening fiscal standing and the implications of political dysfunction. Moody's kept the U.S. at AAA, its highest rating, meaning it's not a full downgrade, but by lowering its outlook, the firm indicated the rating could slip in the future. Then the article gets a little bit into part of their thinking, including dysfunction in Congress. So we're just going to skip ahead a bit. This news comes after Fitch, another ratings firm, downgraded the U.S. credit rating from AAA to AA plus in August. S&P Global Ratings, the other of the three major credit ratings firms, downgraded the U.S. credit rating in 2011 during an earlier debt limit fight. These credit ratings assess how likely the ratings firms believe the U.S. is able to make good on its debt obligations, meaning these lowered ratings indicate lower confidence in the government's ability to pay, seemingly as a result of political dysfunction. Karine Jean-Pierre called Moody's decision Friday yet another consequence of congressional Republican extremism and dysfunction, which is true up to a point. Okay, so this is part of an overall picture. Moody's didn't really get into this side of it, but the same week they had a auction of treasuries. That's how they do it. They auction off the U.S. treasuries. And you'll have those auctions usually weekly. And they had a very weak response because U.S. debt is not seen as secure as it used to be, but also more to the point. Right now, the United States and the dollar are the bank that's too big to fail for the global economy. But they saw with Ukraine what that could mean in terms of the way the U.S. can exercise their control over the dollar against political enemies. So they have been really scrambling to de-dollarize, to gradually find a new economic system. So for now, yeah, they can still sell the treasuries, but the demand is lower. Countries are lowering their holdings of currency reserves in the dollar. The Chinese are pulling back on the amount of treasuries that they're buying. So that is all a part of these downgrades, and I am reading the Kelton book. I don't want to run afoul of our MMT people. I promised I would not offer an opinion on that until I finish the book. But I will simply say that our entire economy is built around the assumption of people buying our debt and the dollar being considered the most stable currency and the most desirable to hold. And these downgrades are, I think, foreshadowing a continued decline in that trust.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, in a way it's related, in a way it's not. But you must have seen the story. We might do this on Friday of Gavin Newsom cleaning up the streets of San Francisco for the Chinese
premier.
Yeah. As a way of saying, hey, look, what?
We're back, baby.
We're back, baby. We're not falling apart. We're not falling apart. The State of the Union is strong. Don't try anything. Don't try any of this de-dollarization. It's not working. I mean, this is now the second major agency to downgrade us, and that is an indication that the world is moving past us, which was, foreseeable. I mean, it's really been foreseeable for quite some time. People who have, been on this beat, like our friend Anis, Shivani, who is a great writer who we used to publish on our blog from time to time. He's been tracking this for 20 years. And oddly enough, he claims to have predicted that somewhere between 2020 and 2030 would be the ultimate collapse of the United States as an imperial power. And he made that prediction shortly after 9/11, where you could kind of read the writing on the wall. And we really have not been able to change course since then. And so now you're seeing, you know, a really historic drop in confidence in our power, both as a sort of political leader on the world stage, even as a military power on the world stage, and certainly as an economic power.
Yeah, I think Hedges nailed it right at like 2026. I could be wrong about that. And of course, MIT has this long-running program that claims civilization itself will collapse by 2040. And they recently revisited their model and found that they were ahead of schedule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but those two things, they've been running this since like 1970. But
well, to them, it's already collapsed because now there are pro-Palestine protests on campus. And so it's already the jungle out there. That's it.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from MIT about this.
Well, the Jake Tapper interview was with an MIT student, I believe.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Was it? Okay. Yeah, I mean, but that tracks because the United States is Rome if Rome were everywhere, right? I mean, India didn't collapse because Rome did, right? China didn't collapse because Rome did. Most people probably didn't even know it happened. But we are such a central cog in the machine of the entire world's economic assumptions that the United States collapses like that. It's hard to imagine a smooth transition as we had from England to the United States.
Please clap.